So hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel and आज के इस वीडियो में we will be discussing about the top 25 MCQs for any government pharmacy examinations. So it can be either any UPSC level drug inspector examination or the examination for government analyst or the RRB or OSSC Orissa State, or it can be railway pharmacy. Whichever exam we give, irrespective, even if it's DSSC or any exam, the government pharmacy exam usually revolve around 4 to 5 subjects, which are pharmacology, pharmacognosy, pharmaceutics, pharmaceutical chemistry, and certain allied subjects of general sciences. So I've categorized different MCQs. The first MCQs are based upon the pharmacology. So when I talk about pharmacology, the first question is which of the following is a beta blocker and is useful to treat hypertension. So in hypertension management, we have a lot of different medications that are given like ACE inhibitors, angiotensin receptor blockers, alpha 2 agonists, beta blockers, alpha 1 antagonist, right? So we have different kinds of medication that we are given, but over here the beta blocker is asked. So the right answer is beta 1 cardioselective metoprolol. Captopril is an example of an ACE inhibitor which has dry cough as a side effect due to bradykinin levels alteration. Losartan is an example of angiotensin receptor blocker. Amlodipine is an example of a calcium channel blocker. Nifedipine, nimodipine are the other congeners of that particular category. The second question says which of the following antibiotic acts by inhibiting the cell wall synthesis. So macrolides are erythromycin, clarithromycin. They act on 50S ribosomal subunit. Aminoglycosides again causes misreading of mRNA and act on 30S ribosomal subunit. Tetracyclines, they also act on 30S, right? Bi at 30, cell at 50. So AT means aminoglycosides tetracycline acting on 30S, while chloramphenicol and macrolides acting on 50S. Penicillins, these are the drugs that acts on penicillin binding proteins and inhibits transpeptidation. So there is no cross-linking. And if there is no cross-linking, the cell wall will be disrupted and the bacterial replication will be inhibited and there will be a bactericidal activity. The next question is which of the following is a proton pump inhibitor? Proton pump inhibitors are those agents that are given usually 30 minutes or 1 hour prior to your meal because they require an acidic environment for their activation. They are prodrugs. So they get converted into sulfinic acid and sulfinamide metabolites. So the most common examples are omeprazole, pantoprazole, rabeprazole, lansoprazole. Here, famotidine, cimetidine are examples of H2 antagonists that are also a target in ulcer, but they are not proton pump inhibitors. They do not inhibit hydrogen potassium ATPase pump. The next is sucralfate. Sucralfate is basically an ulcer protective agent or an ulcer healing agent. So it polymerizes under the pH which is less than 4. Moving on, we have pharmacognosy. So from pharmacognosy, the first question is the cardiac glycoside digoxin is obtained from. So digoxin can be determined by Keller-Killiani test, digitoxose sugar. It belongs to the family Scrofloraceae. Atropa belladonna is a source of atropine. Cinchona officinalis is a source of quinine and quinidine, which have anti-malarial and anti-arrhythmic activity respectively. And Papaver somniferum, which is also not the right answer. So yes, over here, right option will be B. The next question says, which of the following is an anti-malarial drug? So anti-malarial drug can be artemisinin or it can be quinine. So the right answer over here is quinine. Morphine is an opioid analgesic. Vincristine is an anti-cancer drug, while atropine is an anticholinergic drug. The next up we have pharmaceutical chemistry. So from pharmaceutical chemistry, the first question is, which of the following compounds is useful as an anticoagulant and it contains a coumarin ring. So coumarin ring is very specific for warfarin, which inhibits vitamin K epoxide reductase, and the antidote for warfarin poisoning is vitamin K, right? Aspirin causes Reye's syndrome. It is a thromboxane synthesis inhibitor. It is also an anticoagulant, but it is more of an antiplatelet, blood thinner, rather than an anticoagulant. We usually categorize it as an antiplatelet blood thinner. Ibuprofen, it is a NSAIDs, so it is a non-selective COX inhibitor. Same acetaminophen is paracetamol, which is again COX-3 inhibitor. The next question, which of the following hormone is essential in the thyroid hormone synthesis? So when I talk about elements, so in thyroid hormone, we need iodine, That is why, we say that usually there should be iodinized salt. नमक में iodine होना चाहिए नमक के साथ. So to avoid goiter. Next, we have pharmaceutics. So the first question is, which of the following dosage form can bypass first pass metabolism? First pass metabolism is basically when your liver metabolizes your drug and makes it less bioavailable. So oral tablets undergo high first pass metabolism. Rectal suppositories show erratic absorption. That means they may or may not show first pass metabolism. Transdermal patches also show minimum first pass metabolism, and sublingual tablets do not show any sublingual metabolism. So over here the question was supposed to be which of the following does not show. So the right answer is so the right answer over here is oral tablets, because oral tablets show first pass metabolism while rest do not show. The next question, which type of dosage form is usually for sustained release? So sustained release means a release that is after a very long time. Effervescent tablets are those tablets that contain bicarbonates and citric acid, which leads to production of carbon dioxide and bubbles. So Eno is an example of a effervescent formulation. Enteric coating, these are tablets that are designed for protection from the acidic environment. We have Udrajet polymers, we have cellulose acetate phthalate that provide enteric coating. Extended release over here will be the right answer, because extended release can show a sustained action or a prolonged action. Next up, we have two questions from biochemistry. When I talk about biochemistry, the first question is from Central Dogma. Which enzyme is involved in DNA replication? So one of the following enzymes is involved in DNA replication. When I talk about DNA helicase, helicase is an unwinding protein enzyme. DNA ligase is for sticking. So there are Okazaki fragments, and there are whenever we talk about DNA strands, one strand is a leading strand running from 3' to 5', and the other is a lagging strand running from 5' to 3'. RNA polymerase, so RNA primers are basically, we need RNA primers for synthesis of a new strand. So RNA polymerase could not be the right answer. And then DNA polymerase. So DNA polymerase is again very essential for replication, for transcription and replication process. So over here, RNA polymerase is not an enzyme which is involved in replication process. Glycolysis pathway involves conversion of dash into dash. So glycolysis occurs in the cytoplasm, and it is a conversion of glucose to pyruvate in aerobic condition and glucose to lactate in anaerobic condition. Glucose to glycogen is called as glycogenesis. Glycogen to glucose is called as glycogenolysis. And formation of glucose from non-carbohydrate precursors is called gluconeogenesis. This is to be remembered. And when we talk about lactate, so it is formed by Cori's cycle, CORI. The next question we have from pathophysiology. Which of the following condition is characterized by high blood glucose level? Diabetes insipidus, diabetes mellitus, hyperlipidemia, hyperthyroidism. So obviously thyroidism is associated with thyroid hormones. Lipidemia is associated with HDL, LDL, chylomicrons. Diabetes insipidus is associated with ADH, antidiuretic hormone. So the right answer will be diabetes mellitus. There are two types of diabetes mellitus, type 1 and type 2. So over here the right answer will be diabetes mellitus. Which of the following is the most common symptom of myocardial infarction? So heart failure or myocardial infarction is characterized by extreme palpitations and chest pain, like angina-like symptoms. So the right answer is chest pain. Next up we have in clinical, which of the following is not a common side effect of opioid analgesic? This question is for y'all. So I will be eliminating two options for y'all, and you have to write in the comment section the right answer. Opioid analgesic cause respiratory depression, and opioid analgesic also cause nausea. You have to answer that does it cause constipation or does it cause diarrhea? It can only cause one of them, right? So morphine is an example. We have pethidine, fentanyl, morphine, levorphenol, butorphanol, bupropion. They are all examples of opioid analgesics. So you have to tell whether the answer is A or D. The next, which one of the following is most common in bipolar disorder? Bipolar disorder is characterized by extreme excitation or extreme depression. So glutamate and serotonin and acetylcholine levels. These are the neurotransmitters majorly involved. So the right answer here is lithium. And lithium is given in a carbonate salt. So lithium carbonate is the most commonly prescribed medication for mania and bipolar. Haloperidol is useful in antipsychotic as an antipsychotic. Diazepam is a benzodiazepine that causes GABA facilitatory action, and amitriptyline is a tricyclic antidepressant. Next, we have therapeutic index can measure. Therapeutic index is a ratio of LD50, lethal dose in 50% of the population, to the ratio of ED50, effective dose. Or in terms of plasma drug concentration, it can be uh, can be defined as ratio of maximum safe concentration to minimum effective concentration. So the right answer here is drug safety. And here I have attached all the important answers as well. In the next video, I will be coming up with more such MCQs on pharmacy examinations. So stay tuned, and ये वीडियो जल्दी से गायब ना हो जाए इसके लिए आपको क्या करना है, you have to quickly subscribe my channel, press the bell icon so that you get acquainted and familiarized with new videos. Thank you so much for watching the video.